Okay, so searching online for property, here's an interesting idea, and you can kind of do a little research on it for yourself. Is let's say that you had a target market of San Pedro, and you just went to Google here. You're signed out. You're not signed in as a user. Make sure you sign out. Type in homes for sale in San Pedro, CA. Now that's something somebody would type in, and they would see all these different websites. These are ads up here. I can show you a video on how to run an ad. You don't need a special service. If you want us to do that for you, we can do that. But let's go down and look at, these are all the different websites that pay. They're on page 1 of Google for homes for sale in San Pedro. And then you go, wait a minute. It says searches related to homes for sale in San Pedro. So on your website, if you cover everything here except for houses for sale in Belize or homes for sale in San Pedro, oh, there's how the cell phone goes off. I'm not sure what's going on over here, but it's going off on its own. You can mention all these things on your page of homes for sale in San Pedro. And you might find let's see, duplex for sale in San Pedro. That's interesting. So duplex for sale in San Pedro, that would be for an investor. That might be an entire page about investments, what to look for if you're looking for a duplex in San Pedro, how to evaluate income property. Lots of great ideas. If you scroll down, you'll see this really popular realtor right here for redwagonteam.com. I actually own that website. And it says San Pedro income property on page 1 in San Pedro. So we'll click on that. And you'll notice that there's some content up here. There's a map of all the income properties in San Pedro, all the different properties here. So you have different ways of generating business in San Pedro beyond just homes for sale. You get that little what other people are searching for, and just take those words and write them into your content so you rank higher on the search engines. Let's go back to homes for sale in San Pedro. Let's change it and put San Pedro homes for sale, because realtors typically think about it that way. And let's see. Now let's try single family homes for sale in San Pedro. You see Zillow is still ranking ahead of everybody, so you have to come up with real creative ways. And if you look at it, let's see, they mentioned single family homes for sale right into their title, and they have it in the description of the page. Oh, look, redwagonteam.com ranks for that too. Awesome. And then you can look at different things down here. Maybe San Pedro MLS. I don't think I rank for that, but that might be a violation of some MLS thing. But you can get an idea of what's really going on, or how much are San Pedro homes. Maybe somebody would type in a question like that. You'll see who ranks for that. And then there's a section called People Also Ask. So the better your content is and more relevant it is to answering the question, how much are San Pedro homes, Google will then rank you in this People Also Ask section. You're on page 1. You may not rank on any of these other areas here, but here it says how much is the average house in LA cost. That doesn't really reply to San Pedro, but you could really tighten it down. And as soon as I clicked on that, a bunch of other things come up. But so you really want to try to get into the People Also Ask area. And these are pages that are really optimized for the answer. So we asked the question about how much are San Pedro homes. Maybe somebody says how much is a San Pedro CA house. Maybe somebody asks a question like that. Then you can kind of go through and see. People also ask, how much does an average house in LA cost? So you might want to write a whole article or a blog post about that. How much is a California house, what is the cheapest house in LA? Maybe you have an entire page about the cheapest priced houses in San Pedro, Long Beach, Rancho Palos Verdes, Los Angeles, Redondo Beach. And just by writing excellent, relevant content, you can rank for it in the search engines and answer people's questions.